I'm not through with my examination. Sit down.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
He's not talking respectfully.
Yeah. Hey, Zay.
Yeah, Cam.
You know, I was walking around the other day and I was just thinking, you know, this world has gone to shit.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
has.
Not that many bright fellows out there. There's only a few good men. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the YouTube channel. My name is Cam. This is Zay. And today, we are getting into the movie A Few Good Men. This is a movie that both Zay and I have not seen. This will be our reaction to it. When it comes to things we know about this movie, well, look, Tom Cruise, Jack Nicholson. I know it's a war movie. I know there's a courtroom at some point because Zay and I are aware of the huge famous line from this movie, "You can't handle the truth." I mean, it's pretty much pop, you know, it's popular everywhere, I guess you could say. Everybody uses that line. But we don't know what the truth is. We don't know what is surrounding that or anything. We just know that that is from this movie. So there must be some beef that goes on between Jack Nicholson and Tom Cruise's character at some point, potentially. We're not sure, but it is a war movie, courtroom. Stuff might happen, I guess, or will happen. And then there's also thriller is thrown in there as well. It was directed by Rob Reiner. So another one of those. We did Spinal Tap and Stand By Me. So I guess this is the next one on the list. So super excited to see what it's all about. Zay, is there anything you know about this movie before we get into it?
No, not at all. So I'm super excited to get into this.
Okay, well, we'll keep it short and brief. If you guys like what you're watching, leave a like down below. Subscribe to stay tuned for more if you're not already. And if you want your full-length reaction to various other movies, as well as get 3 movie reactions ahead of you to even farther ahead in the form of full-length reactions or potentially become a Big Bite member, where you can watch or you can suggest a full-length reaction movie, full-length reaction to a movie of your choice once per month. You can check that out on Patreon. The link for that is in the description. Let's not keep you guys waiting any longer. Let's get into A Few Good Men.
Oh, shit.
Who the fuck?
Get your ass up. Oh, damn. Jumps.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it's about to go down. Oh.
America.
Yeah, fucking right. Like, what a cut.
Santiago died at the base hospital.
Oh.
Oof.
It'd be me who was assigned to represent them myself.
Commander Galloway, why don't you get yourself a cup of coffee? We can talk about you behind your back.
Certainly, sir.
I like how he says shot it straight.
Yeah,
He's
it's
"Oh,
like,
you
all
want a
right, if
cup
you don't
of
want the
coffee?"
fucking coffee, then you just need to leave because we're about to talk about you.
Now we're about to talk shit.
She disposed of 3 cases in 2 years.
3 cases in 2 years. Who's she handling? The Rosenbergs?
She's not cut out for litigation.
I don't know who the Rosenbergs are, but damn.
When it comes to trial work, I think.
I know. All passion, no street smarts. Bring her back in.
How's that cup of coffee? We talked a lot of shit about you. Sit down. Or would you like to take a seat? Should I offer it for you first so you can deny it?
You're much too valuable in your present assignment to be wasted on what I'm sure will boil down to a 5-minute plea bargain and a week's worth of paperwork.
I think there might be more involved than that.
Don't worry about it.
All right, let's go. Let's get to.
Oh, and then it cuts to him. Oh, is there gonna be like a little, you're assigned to this case? Yeah, that's right.
They
And then,
assigned you?
Yeah, this becomes a romance or something. They're like, I'm gonna get this case. Not
They
if I don't.
assign, he's wearing a Boston Red Sox hat. Take it off. I don't like him already.
Now, we either get it done, and I mean now, or no kidding, Caffey. I'm gonna hang your boy from a fucking yard arm.
Sherby, does the Navy still hang people from yard arms?
I don't think so.
Dave Sherby doesn't think the Navy hangs people from yard arms.
He's such an ass.
B misdemeanor, 20 days in the brig.
C misdemeanor, 15 days restricted duty.
A misdemeanor, 30 years in prison. That's how I step in.
Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. Loudon Downey go into Santiago's room, tie him up, stuff a rag down.
Oh, so that's what we saw.
Mm.
You poisoned the rag?
Not according to them.
Oh, Lord.
Go and see Lieutenant Commander Joanne Galloway with Internal Affairs.
Boy, you better have some pens on you for this kind of job. My gosh.
Bro, I had no pen. That's insane.
You're the attorney division assigned?
I'm lead counsel to Sam Weinberg.
I have no responsibilities here whatsoever.
When I petitioned division to have counsel assigned, I was hoping I would be taken seriously.
No offense taken.
Yeah, seriously. Okay, hold on now. Like, he's right there.
He wrote to the Naval Investigative Service, where he offered information about Corporal Dawson's fence line shooting in exchange for a transfer.
And he got fucked up.
This letter makes it look like your client had a motive to kill Santiago.
Got you. And Santiago is...
Bros,
I'll get them to drop the conspiracy and conduct unbecoming. 12 years.
You haven't talked to a witness or looked at a piece of paper.
Pretty impressive, huh?
it's just a jackass.
Especially because they handle things differently.
Mhm.
Like, she wants to, like, investigate and do what's right, and he wants to do, like, what would be the best outcome of his job type of situation.
Yeah.
Like this is the best, like, I can do, like, I can get a plea here, like, you know.
Yeah.
I just need to be transferred out of RSC. Sincerely, PFC William T. Santiago, U.S. Marine Corps.
Oh, this poor guy.
Who the fuck is PFC William T. Santiago?
Private Santiago's a member of 2nd Platoon Bravo.
Oh, there's Kiefer.
Mm.
And now he's telling tales about a fence line shooting.
I'm appalled, sir.
You're appalled.
I can handle this situation, sir.
The same way you handled the Curtis Bell incident.
Sir, my methods of leadership...
Don't interrupt me, Lieutenant. I'm still your superior officer.
And I'm yours, Matthew.
Oh! Oh!
Damn.
Santiago doesn't make 4646. I'm going to blame you. Then I'm going to kill you.
Yes, sir.
That's enough reason for me to say, yes, sir, I will get it done.
I was just wondering why 2 guys have been locked up since this morning while their lawyer's outside hitting a ball.
Well, he didn't hit that one.
Yeah, I was going to say.
But I don't think you're fit to handle the defense.
Ordinarily, it takes someone hours to discover I'm not fit to handle a defense.
I wouldn't be doing my job if I allowed Dawson and Downey to spend any more time in prison than absolutely necessary because their attorney had predetermined the path of least resistance.
Damn!
Bars.
I'm sexually aroused, Commander.
Get him the fuck out of here.
Okay.
He died at 1 a.m. At 3, the doctor wasn't able to determine the cause of death. 2 hours later, he said it was poison.
I was assigned by division, remember? Somebody over there thinks I'm a pretty good lawyer, so I think I can handle things myself.
You know what a code red is?
I think he's taking in everything she's saying, though, but I could be.
Oh, yeah,
wrong.
he's just. I
What
think
a
he's just.
pity.
He's
I
putting
think
up
he's
a
just
front,
a little
though.
cocky and a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's both. I think he's always just been naturally good, so he's like he is trying to stay low and he doesn't really care. But
Right. He
also
doesn't
has,
want to
like,
feel
this-
like someone's telling him everything, but he definitely is listening to everything. I feel like.
Oh yeah. I'm sure we'll see it come back where where she's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, so you were listening."
Something like
He's
that.
like, "I never
maybe.
said I wasn't," you know?
Or we're just idiots and he doesn't know what. He's just not gonna
We're all 3 of us are
Yeah.
idiots.
Is your signature?
Yes, sir.
You don't have to call me sir. Is this your signature?
Sir, yes, sir.
Sir,
You
don't need to-
dim-witted fucks. What did I just say?
You did it twice in one sentence. Come here.
Private Downey, the rag you stuffed in Santiago's mouth, was there poison on it?
No, sir. We saw blood dripping down his mouth, and we pulled the tape off, and there was blood all down his face, sir.
Okay, so there's definitely a missing link
Mm-hmm.
here. You know.
Santiago's letter to the NIS said you fired illegally. The guy, the mirror, he never made a move.
How would he know?
I mean, I'm assuming Santiago's out there with him. He's probably like, dude.
Oh yeah.
Did you assault Santiago with the intent of killing him?
No, sir.
What was your intent?
To train him, sir.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Do you buy it?
No. Not at all. Not at all. Literally not at all. Not in the slightest.
You better start warming up, Till.
Sir?
I'm the only friend you've got.
Ooh. Trying to get something out of him. It's like, so okay, so you put a rag around his mouth, correct? Yes. And the doctor said he died of poison. Yes.
Yes.
And he was bleeding from his mouth after you put the rag over him? Yes.
Yes.
And you poisoned him? No.
No. Okay.
John, this man's dad once made a lot of enemies down in your neck of the woods. Folks down there said a little black girl couldn't go to an all-white school.
Oh, literally like one of the most famous cases ever.
How the hell is your dad, Danny?
Well, that's
He passed away 7
that
years
was
ago,
good. He was on the right side.
Oh, yeah.
Don't I feel like the fucking asshole?
So how's your father doing? He's dead. Well, I'm a dick.
I do have to ask you a couple of questions about September 6th.
Shoot. For his own safety, Santiago should be transferred off the base.
Lies.
Liar.
On the morning that Santiago died, did you meet with Dr. Stone?
Of course, I met with the doctor, but one of my men was dead.
See? The man was dead. Let's go.
I think Code Red still go on down here. Do Code Red still happen on this base?
He's not going to say yes, you dimwit.
If you haven't gotten a blowjob from a superior officer, well, you're just letting the best in life pass you by.
I need an answer to my question, sir.
Take caution in your tone. I'm a fair guy, but this fucking heat is making me absolutely
We've
crazy.
already seen him go crazy before. Jack Nichols.
That is true.
Off the record, I tell you it is an invaluable part of close infantry training. I don't think for 1 second that you can come down here, flash a badge, and make me nervous.
Yeah, I mean that's literally you're going way too hard, way too fast. You're poking the bear when you could see what the bear has to offer, you know?
And there he goes. He's like, I need his transfer order because you have to have paperwork on that if he was supposed to transfer.
Of course, you can have a copy of the transfer order for the file, Danny. I'm here to help in any way I can.
Like that's how you work it though. You don't have to be direct, but like, oh yeah, no, it's fine. So he's getting so he was getting transferred. Perfect. Because you just tripped yourself up because I need a copy. So
you have to ask me nicely, and with your Harvard mouth, extend me some fucking courtesy.
Can I pretty please have the file? That's what I would say.
You gotta ask me nicely.
Please.
Please. Please. Ooh, can I have the file?
Clip that.
It's not too much trouble
if it's in the reaction.
The transfer order.
No problem.
Damn. That was a show of dominance right there. But that's what that guy said. Like, what's up with this Galloway? And the person kind of broke down her experience, and he was like, oh, so she's like all passion, no street smart, or something like that.
Yeah.
And that's what we're seeing here. Like, she doesn't understand she did not pass the vibe check. Yeah.
Like, you didn't even have to really agitate him, and Danny could have still been like, all right, yeah, no, it's fine, let's go. I will need a copy of that transfer order, though, by the way. And that would have been like, Stay feels like he has ground now, like he intimidated you guys.
Lieutenant Kendrick, order you guys to give Santiago a code red.
Yes, sir.
You mind telling me why the hell you never mentioned this before?
You didn't ask us, sir.
You caveman. I'm like, yes. What the fuck?
I went into Dawson Downey's room and specifically told him to give him a code red.
You have proof?
I have the defendants.
And I have 23 Marines who aren't accused of murder and a lieutenant with 4 letters of commendation.
Yeah, that's a big backup.
Mm.
You know what Markinson did for the first 17 of his 26 years in the Corps? Counterintelligence. I'll knock it all down to involuntary manslaughter, 2 years or home in 6 months.
No deal. We're going to court.
Joe. No, you're not.
Joe?
Yeah, like, can you shut up?
He's not about to see his clients go to jail for life when he knows they could be home in 6 months.
Jeez, that's gotta be tempting. Even from a justice side, like, the most justice you could get is like the least amount of time if you know that if you take them and they didn't do anything wrong other than what they were ordered to do.
Yeah.
That has consequences, and I'll accept them. But I won't say that I'm guilty, sir.
Did she put you up?
Do it, Harold. 6 months. It's nothing. It's a hockey season.
Yeah, but I would never want it. I would refuse to say I would never want to say I'm guilty for something I didn't do. But that's a tough
Right.
bargain, you know?
Yeah.
Now you're asking us to sign a piece of paper that says we have no honor. If a court decides that what we did was wrong, then I'll accept whatever punishment they give.
Yeah, but the Marines that you wanted to be, not
And
all
I
of
will
them,
not dishonor myself, my unit, or the court!
they dishonored you, in a way.
True.
You don't like me very much, do you? Yeah, don't answer.
He's like pouting.
Downey worships you. Are you really gonna let this happen to him because of a code, Harold?
Yeah, that's a good angle to come to.
Do you think we were right?
I think you'd lose.
You're such a coward.
Yeah, but
They let you wear a uniform.
damn. Yeah, but what are you gonna do to Downey? I know you have honor and you want to go, but is it honorable to take someone down with you because you're so honorable? I
What
don't
happened
know.
to saluting an officer when he leaves the room?
Oof.
But also, to be fair, it's like, hey man, listen, it's completely up to you. If you want to go down with him, you go down with him. I'm telling you, I'm laying it out for both of y'all. This is what it is.
Dawson and Downey will have their day in court, but they'll have it with another lawyer.
You know how to win. You know they have a case, and you know how to win
He
it.
doesn't know how to win. He knows how to pick and choose the winning situations.
It doesn't matter what I believe. It only matters what I can prove.
You're a used car salesman, Daniel. You're an ambulance chaser with a rank. You're nothing.
Damn. Damn.
Yo, homeboy, you better get some duct tape and pick up that shattered ego that just fell over the floor
This is
because my
crazy.
gosh.
She shut him down. She said, "Oh, word? You think you know the law? You don't know the law."
She said, "You're a used car salesman,"
which is a fucking wild diss.
Yeah.
The accused are charged with murder, conspiracy to commit murder, and conduct unbecoming a United States Marine.
Does defense wish to enter a plea?
They're not guilty.
Oof. Here we go. Here we
Got a little bit
go.
of chills, a little slight chills. Okay.
We'll adjourn until 1000, 3 weeks from today, at which time this general court-martial will reconvene.
It's on now.
Hell yeah. This is gonna get crazy because you know people like as it gets closer, people are gonna start coming. They're gonna start approaching him. They're gonna start saying shit like,
Yeah,
just give up. Like you don't like we can make this worse for you too."
9 months experience and a track record for plea bargaining get assigned a murder case. Would it be so that it never sees the inside of a courtroom?
Ho, ho, ho. This man is so fucking smart. He's like,
Why
you know
else would
what?
they pick me? Because they
Yeah.
know I would just plead them out.
Yeah.
Never would do any more work. That's crazy.
Doctor, was there any sign of external damage?
No. Been an unauthorized
Scrapes?
No.
No cuts?
Here's the montage. They're going to work.
These 9 people are gonna insist that someone be blamed for that. Ross is handing them our clients, we're gonna hand them Kendrick. This is about a sales pitch.
Yeah, that is so fucking smart. Like we're here to talk to the jury. We need to convince them on who they can blame because they're gonna want to
100
blame somebody.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
It's just
Especially
so
in a case
interesting
like
to
this.
see how the perspective changes between if you're treating a jury or a judge type of situation.
The accused soaked the rag in poison and entered Santiago's room with motive and intent to kill. He's going to astonish you with stories of rituals and dazzle you with official-sounding terms.
You don't even know me.
He'll have no evidence, mind you, none, but it's going to be entertaining.
You say these are the facts, but you might not be including all of the facts.
Facts.
It's because it was what they were ordered to do. Harold Dawson and Loudon Downey are sitting before you today because they did their job.
Yeah. Appeal to that.
A member of Private Santiago's unit had illegally fired his weapon over the fence line.
Who was that?
Lance Corporal Harold Dawson.
Lance Corporal Dawson's been charged with a number of crimes. Why wasn't he charged with firing at the enemy without cause?
Yeah. Answer that.
There's enough evidence to support such a charge.
There you go. I love just the quick, like sometimes less is more, you know? Like, you heard that, jury. You heard that.
Santiago was the only eyewitness. I never had the chance to interview him, so I don't know what he saw.
And now we'll never know. Will we, Mr. McGuire?
Oh. Okay. So kind of worked, but he kind of flipped it on his head. He's like, yeah, but now we'll never know, huh?
Yeah. How convenient. Yeah.
Lieutenant Kendrick told us we had an informer in our group.
Were the other members of the squad angry?
Object. Speculation.
Were Dawson and Downey?
How my clients felt on September 6th?
Sustained.
Yeah. What kind of like
good play? That was a good play.
Yeah, like what kind of fucking bullshit is this? You know, like what do you mean? What are you gonna fucking say that they were feeling a certain kind of way when you?
Right. Yeah.
What was the order?
Sir, he said Santiago wasn't to be touched.
Your witness.
Yeah, but did he follow the order?
Well, the problem is he said that Santiago was not supposed to be touched to all of them, but then went to
of course.
Yeah.
Corporal Raymond Thomas.
Please, the court, I understand Captain Ross is planning on calling all the other members of Rifle Security Company Windward to testify. The defense is willing to concede, if the government is willing to concede, that none of them were in Dawson and Downey's room at 1620 on September 6th.
Government will stipulate.
Then we will adjourn for the day.
Interesting. I didn't know you could do this. So he basically is like, I'll concede that they're all going to say the same
as
thing,
long as you
but admit that they were not in the room.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Dr. Stone, did Willie Santiago die of poisoning?
Absolutely.
What poison?
Absolutely. What happened to maybe not?
Yeah. And the report shows no traces of poison.
Dozens of toxins which are virtually undetectable, both in the human body and on the fabric.
Thank you, sir.
Bro, motion to discredit the witness?
This dude sucks.
Yeah.
Your Honor, this guy sucks ass.
If I had a coronary condition, is it possible that my cells would continue burning sugar after the rag was taken out?
It would have to be a very serious condition.
Is it possible?
Still be symptoms, though.
Chest pains?
Yes.
Shortness of breath?
Yes.
Fatigue?
And he couldn't, remember? He couldn't run.
He couldn't run in the heat. They thought it was just, they kept saying it was just heat exhaustion. Oh, he's just heat exhaustion.
Oh, snap, crackle pop.
It was that condition and not some mysterious poison that caused the accelerated chemical reaction.
No. How? You just said it all.
If you put a man with a serious coronary condition on duty with a clean bill of health and that man died from a heart-related incident,
It'd be on you.
You'd have a lot to answer for.
Yeah.
I have no more questions, Your Honor.
But he just, that set the tone right there. He just set the tone.
If any of the jury have half a fucking mind, they would fucking know, like, this dude's not being logically fucking consistent here.
The logic trail is not following at all.
We renew our objection to Commander Stone's testimony and ask that it be stricken from the record.
The objection's overruled, counsel.
Move to reconsider.
Your objection is noted.
Shut up.
The witness is an expert and the court will hear his opinion.
Don't get the judge mad.
No, there had to have been a play in that, I feel like. Or maybe she...
Was Willie Santiago poisoned?
Yes.
Thank you, sir. I have no more questions.
Bro reeks of being a plant, yo. Like, he just reeks.
Keep after it the way you did, and suddenly our great cross looks like a bunch of fancy lawyer tricks. It's a difference between paper law and trial law.
Because now it looks like you're desperate to get him out of there. Makes it feel like you think you're makes the jury think that you feel like you're losing or something, you know?
Yeah.
They tortured and tormented a weaker kid. They didn't like him, so they killed him.
All right. Everybody take the night off.
He just doesn't know how much they know, you know? Like,
Don't worry about the doctor. His trial starts Monday.
Yeah, that doctor, they were crossing him up. I feel like they definitely could have kept going a little bit.
Yeah, they were
Like you
like
said.
tripping him up. Yeah, they could have made him trip up even more.
I'm sorry to bother you. I should have called first.
No.
So this is what you do on your nights where you're not there.
Come on.
They're in casual clothes now. It's only a matter of time, Zay.
Meow, 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 meow.
Do you like seafood? I know a good seafood place.
Okay.
Hell
All
yeah.
right. Well, I knew it. I had a feeling just from the beginning. I was like, you know.
I think Dawson and Downey are going to end up owing their lives to you.
I think you should prepare yourself for the fact that we're going to lose. We'll keep doing what we're doing, and we'll put on a show, but at the end of the day, all we have is a testimony of 2 people.
Yeah, how do you prove that the order was given?
You need that other dude you need that Matthew. You need Matthew to come through and be like, because that's the biggest, like, that's a high ranking dude that could come in and be like,
they haven't seen what we've seen, you know? Like,
Yeah.
Have you ever received a code red?
Yes, sir. We were doing 7-man assault drills, and my weapon slipped. That night, the guys in my squad threw a blanket over me. Took turns punching me in the arm for 5 minutes. And then they poured glue on my hands.
Why didn't Santiago, this burden to his unit, ever get one?
Dawson wouldn't allow it, sir.
Dawson wouldn't allow it.
Oh.
Now, I assume we'll find the term code red and its definition in that book. Am I correct?
No, sir.
Is there no book that lets me know that as a Marine, one of my duties is to perform code reds?
What kind of bullshit argument is this? There might not be anything in there about getting Chex Mix out of the cabinet, but if a fucking superior orders you to do that, then I mean, you've got to follow the order, right?
That's not in the book, sir.
You mean to say in all your time at Gitmo, you've never had a meal?
Yeah,
my
that's exactly what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah. That was a great play.
Well, I guess I just followed the crowd at chow time, sir.
No more questions.
That was a great, like, quick
Yeah.
comeback. Like, you needed something good like that.
Yeah. Oh, that's the guy. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
You need the boogeyman? Yeah, thanks, Cap. You fucking. Oh, well, he's the dude that did counterintelligence or whatever. I think they said so. Dude's a demon.
Did Kendrick give the order?
Yes.
Did you witness it?
I didn't need
Did you witness it?
No. He was never going to be transferred off that base.
Wait, yeah. Where's the transfer order that you asked
Yeah.
for?
You've got the transfer order. It's got your signature.
I know. I signed him the morning you arrived in Cuba, 5 days after Santiago died.
Oh.
So it was forged.
Well, the order was, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
You're going to appear as a witness for defense,
Yeah,
and you're going to tell
the order
the
was
court
forged.
exactly what you told me. So right now, I'm going to check you into a motel.
It's your big filter. Shut up.
All right.
All right.
I have Markinson. Jessup's statement that the 6 a.m. flight was first available as a lie. We're checking the tower chief's log.
Yeah, but I'm not a huge fan of going and telling them this.
Well, I think he might be saying like, yo, back down or something. I don't know.
I would rather go into the court with this evidence and have it be the shocker.
I'm your friend, and I'm telling you, I don't think your clients belong in jail, but I don't get to make that decision. My client has a case.
Oh, okay. So they're like actually friends, but they're just.
Yeah.
Okay, so that makes more sense.
You got bullied into that courtroom by the memory of a dead lawyer.
Oh, that is not cool.
You're a lousy fucking softball player, Jack!
And I don't care that you broke your elbow.
Your elbow. Yeah, I don't care that you broke your elbow.
Lieutenant, do you know what a code red is?
Yes, I do.
Have you ever ordered a code red?
No, I have not.
Lies.
Private Bell received no food or drink except water.
Private Bell was placed on barracks restriction. He was given water and vitamin supplements, and I can assure you, at no time.
Can you do that? You can just take away food, just water and vitamins?
But you did order the barracks restriction, didn't you? You did order the denial of food. Wouldn't this form of discipline be considered a code red? Dawson given a rating of below average because you learned he'd been sneaking food to Private Bell.
Object!
Not so fast.
Thank you. Fuck. Everything was objection.
Because he had committed a crime.
What crime did he commit?
He disobeyed an order.
That's not a crime. Though.
Can Dawson determine on his own which orders he's going to follow?
No, he cannot.
Boom!
Oh.
Exact. So that's why
Yeah,
he
yeah.
that's why he followed your order next time. He got him
Yeah.
into a fucking chokehold with that one.
If you had ordered Dawson to give Santiago a code red,
I specifically ordered those.
Lieutenant, don't answer that.
you don't have to. I'm through.
He just made him snap though, and that was enough.
Oh,
Why isn't it listed in the Tower Chief's log?
Jessup,
What are you telling me? He fixed the logbook?
you don't still intend to put me on the stand?
Thursday morning, 10 o'clock.
you're going on the motherfucking stand, my guy.
You don't intend to put me on the stand. I would have went back there and grabbed him by his collar, like you better be on that fucking stand.
I was ordered to give him a code red by the platoon commander of Rifle Security Company Windward, Lieutenant Jonathan James Kendrick.
Mm,
You're gonna do fine.
you're good.
You think they'll let us go back to our platoon soon, ma'am?
Absolutely.
Oh, you naive.
Don't make promises that you literally don't. You can't even.
Go slow.
I'm gonna go slow.
Okay.
All right.
And get him off as fast as you can.
Joanne!
Hey yo,
What? It's gonna be fine.
get him off. Ew.
Slow.
My fellow Marine, my brother in arms.
Your son is dead for only one reason. I wasn't strong enough to stop it. Lieutenant Colonel Matthew Andrew Markinson.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to admit that he's. Oh no 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 no!
The switch log has you down at post 39 until 1600. Is that correct?
I'm sure it is, sir. They keep that log pretty good. Pickup and me did it in 45 flat, sir.
Now, you've said that your assault on Private Santiago was a result.
At 1620, didn't they?
Did you ever actually hear Lieutenant Kendrick order a code red?
Well, Hal said that...
Private.
Oh gosh.
Hal?
Don't look at him!
Hal?
Private, answer the captain's question.
Yes, Captain. I was given an order by my squad leader, Lance Corporal Harold W. Dawson, United States Marine Corps, and I followed it.
I'm guessing it's just like the timing. He probably got a little bit mixed up. And then when it comes to the other thing, it's probably because, you know, Hal told him that, you know, they got an order when in reality,
like Hal was probably in the room, but
right. But then so he can't testify that he heard it, you know, which is a problem.
Downey wasn't in his room. Wasn't even there.
Danny, it was a setback. And I'm sorry.
that's not just a setback. That's like a huge hiccup.
Markinson's dead. Fired a bullet into his mouth.
It's just so complicated.
We seem to be out of witnesses. I thought I'd drink a little.
I still think we
What
can
about
win.
that note that he wrote? Was that a note or was that just like an inner monologue he was having, the guy who killed himself? Because he was saying,
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Loudon Downey needed a trial lawyer today.
You're gonna use what happened today as an excuse to give up.
Girl, you fucked up twice now with the doctor and with this dude.
Why did you ask Jessup for the transfer
What does
order?
it matter?
Why?
I wanted the damn transfer order.
Bullshit. You didn't want the transfer order. You wanted to see Jessup's reaction when you asked for the transfer order.
yeah, she does have a point there.
Mhm.
He could have
Oh,
asked
yeah.
so many other people.
Yeah, you would have. Yeah, of course, you would have circumvented. You would have easily circumvented Jessup because then he wouldn't be able to forge it.
You put him on the stand and you get it from him.
Oh, we get it from him. Isn't it true that you ordered the code red on Santiago?
Listen, we're all a little...
I'm sorry, your time's run out. Lieutenant Caffey will have a long and prosperous career teaching typewriter maintenance.
Jesus.
Wow. He just channeled Jim Carrey right in that bad boy right there.
that
My
was
God, what a
crazy.
performance.
I think my father would have enjoyed seeing me graduate from law school.
One of the best trial lawyers ever. And if I were Dawson and Downey and I had a choice between you or your father to represent me in this case, I'd choose you any day of the week. And
Aww.
Did you put Jessup on the stand?
No.
You think my father would have?
Mm-hmm.
Not in a million years.
You're not your father.
So there's really only one question.
Would you put
What
him?
would you do?
Yeah, exactly.
What would you do with John Quinones.
He's just fucking, the cameras come in with a light. Just
wow,
fucking...
look at what we got here. So why'd you put him on the stand?
Please get in the car. Look. Joanne!
Kiss her, kiss her,
Kiss her,
kiss her, kiss her.
I'm gonna put Jessup on the stand!
It's raining. They're gonna
Get
kiss.
in the car.
Oh, dang it.
No, we didn't get the rainy kiss. Wow.
I think he wants to say that he made a command decision and that's the end of it. He eats breakfast 300 yards away.
Okay, he's lost his fucking mind.
He's fucking he's still drunk.
Need to shake him, put him on the defensive, and lead him right where he's dying to go.
That's it. They do know what makes him tick.
Yeah.
How are you gonna do it? I have no idea. I need my bat.
Yeah, where's his bat? His thinking bat.
Thinks better than his bat.
Weinberg, that bat's gonna go across your head if you keep talking back.
Oh, he saw something.
He saw something. He thought of something. Bat, baseball. Wait, different suit? Suit colors? White? Outgoing phone calls.
Sam, I need you to do something for me.
Sam.
Yeah. Sam. Hello? Sam.
How you feeling?
Well, I think Jessup's gonna have his hands full today.
You feel like he's not gonna say it. Don't go for it. You could get in trouble.
Motherfucker, you just made me get this motherfucker on the stand, and now what are you telling me?
Call your first witness.
Where is he?
He'll be here, don't worry.
He's on his way. From where? Antarctica? Where is he?
Defense calls Colonel Nathan Jessup.
Oh shit, it's the big dog.
Here we go.
You learned of Santiago's letter to the NIS. You had a meeting with your two senior officers. The platoon commander, Lieutenant Jonathan Kendrick. At present, Colonel Markinson is dead. Is that right?
Objection. I'd like to know just what the defense counsel is implying.
You can know nothing, bitch.
Court is aware. And now the court members are aware. We thank you for bringing this to our attention.
Just bringing a tragedy to the attention. Sorry, I just didn't know if anyone knew he blew his brains out.
I ordered Markinson to have Santiago transferred off the base. I felt his life might be in danger once word of the letter got out.
Grave danger?
Is there another kind?
Dude, he is stone-faced.
I brought a change of clothes and some personal items.
Santiago's barracks room was sealed off and its contents inventoried. 3 pairs of boots, 4 pairs green socks, 3 OD.
Yeah, he had nothing packed. Why wouldn't he be packed?
Right, oh yeah, true.
I'm wondering why Santiago wasn't packed.
Yeah.
He was finally getting his transfer. Santiago was so excited that do you know how many people he called? Zero.
Nobody. And he didn't even pack.
Yeah.
You were leaving for 1 day. You packed a bag and made 3 phone calls. Santiago was leaving for the rest of his life.
Okay.
Oof, that's powerful.
It's good. Still needs more, but it's getting there.
That's making an impression on the jury for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe he was an early riser and liked to
of
pack in
course.
the morning.
Knew he was gonna say
Maybe
that.
he didn't have any friends. What I do know is that he was set to leave the base at 0600.
I mean, it's a pretty good response.
Do you have any other questions for me, counselor?
Come on, come up with something, my guy.
Lieutenant, do you have anything further for this witness?
Thanks, Danny. I love Washington.
Excuse me. I didn't dismiss you.
Ooh, oh, this is where he's gonna start to make him tick, you know?
I'm not through with my examination. Sit down.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
He's not talking to him respectfully.
Yeah.
I'd appreciate if he would address me as Colonel.
Defense counsel will address the witness as Colonel or Sir.
Oh, slam that one.
The witness will address this court as Judge or Your Honor.
Oh. Yep, now there's some wiggle room here, because now
Yeah.
you're getting him a little bit tweaked out.
Your Honor, these are the Tower Chief's logs for both Guantanamo Bay and Andrews Air Force Base.
I don't understand. You're admitting evidence of a flight that never existed.
Defense will be calling Airman Cecil O'Malley and Airman Anthony Rodriguez.
Oh.
Any chance Lieutenant Kendrick ignored the order?
Ignored the order?
Any chance he forgot about it?
No.
When Lieutenant Kendrick spoke to the platoon and ordered them not to touch Santiago, any chance they ignored him?
Oh, just saying so no one would ever ignore an order. There's no way.
We follow orders, son. We follow orders or people die.
Except
we
this
followed orders
time
and
they
people
followed
died.
orders, yeah.
If you gave an order that Santiago wasn't to be touched, and your orders are always followed,
Ooh.
Why was he?
then why would Santiago
Be in danger of his life.
Why would it be necessary to transfer him off the base?
Oh! You said it. You swore he was. It was because he was in grave danger.
Santiago was a substandard Marine.
You said he was being transferred because he was in grave danger.
Yeah. Oh my God, this is so good.
Colonel Jessup, did you order the code red?
You don't have to answer that question.
I'll answer the question.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want answers!
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth!
There it is.
You have the luxury of not knowing what I know, that Santiago's death, while tragic, probably saved lives. We use words like honor, code, loyalty.
Look, man, your narcissism, your ego is gonna bring you down right now.
Yeah.
Did you order the code red?
I did the job.
Did you order the code red?
You're goddamn right I did!
No further questions. No further questions.
I suggest the members be dismissed so that we can move to an immediate Article 39A session.
The members of the court will retire to an anteroom until further instructed.
All rise. The colonel's like, wait, what's going on right now? I don't understand.
I'm gonna get on a plane and go on back to my base.
You're not going anywhere, Colonel.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
I'm being charged with a crime?
Right to consult with
Yes.
a lawyer prior to any...
Yes.
You gave a order that led to the death
I'm gonna rip the eyes out of your
of a
head!
private, but more so you tried covering up.
You fucked with the wrong Marine!
Colonel Jessup, do you understand these?
Jesus Christ.
All you did was weaken a country today, Caffey. That's all you did.
No. He cut out of cancer today.
Sweet dreams, son.
Don't call me son. You're under arrest, you son of a bitch. The witness is excused.
That was just poetry.
Lance Corporal Dawson, Private First Class Downey. On the charge of murder, the members find the accused not guilty.
Yeah, let's fucking go.
On the charge of conspiracy to commit murder, not guilty.
Oh, yeah.
On the charge of conduct unbecoming a United States Marine, guilty as charged. And you are ordered to be dishonorably discharged from the Marine Corps. This court-martial is adjourned.
Is that because they followed
I think
the
because
code
they still
red?
went. I think because they went through the code red. Yeah, because it's not because there was direct order from a higher up or from like the commander saying like no code reds. Remember they were saying like, oh yeah, like the colonel was like, yeah, I was told there was no more code reds or whatever, But
I don't understand. Colonel Jessup said he ordered the code red.
I know.
Colonel Jessup said he ordered the...
The code red was not correct conduct.
What did we do wrong? We did nothing wrong!
you did the code red.
He was supposed to fight for people who couldn't fight for themselves.
They were supposed to, ignore the code red or deny it. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's an officer on deck.
That gave me
There
chills.
you go, yeah.
That gave me chills.
I can't believe they won. That's crazy.
Dude, that was awesome. That was a super dope court sequence.
Oh, yeah.
What exactly were these guys going to testify to?
Unless I'm mistaken, they're both going to testify under oath that they had absolutely no recollection of anything.
So it was a bluff.
I bet he feels like his father now, or
Yeah.
even better.
I think I've seen that shot before right there with him exiting the courtroom like that.
Huh. Wow.
Wow.
All right. That was our reaction to A Few Good Men. If you liked what you're watching, leave a like down below. Subscribe to stay tuned for more if you're not already. And if you want to watch our full-length reaction to this or various other movies, as well as get 3 edited movie reactions ahead of YouTube or even farther ahead in the form of full-length reactions, or potentially become a Big Bite member where you can request 1 full-length reaction to a movie of your choice once per month. You can check that out on Patreon. The link for that is in the description. Zay, I'll let you take this one away first. What are your thoughts on A Few Good Men?
A lot of things I liked about this movie. A lot of things. One, not your typical military-esque film, right? Typically, a lot of things we watch are following a unit in war, in battles, seeing the struggles of them going through combat, maybe from them first being recruited and getting to see them compared to people that have already been serving or whatever the case is. But instead, we got a very unique blend of a court case, which kind of reminds me of like we've seen My Cousin Vinny in Philadelphia. We got to see this courtroom esque film, but it's surrounded around a controversy within the military. And now, Code Red, obviously, that's the term they use in this. A more common term I feel like people would use is like hazing, is really what it sounds like they were doing to people, which I imagine is probably an issue in the military. I know, you know, hazing exists in all sorts of different fashions from sports to, you know, fraternities and all that stuff and everything. It was just a very, very unique military film. I thought that one, the writing, phenomenal. I mean, a star-studded cast. You couldn't really go wrong with this cast, and all the characters were super, super well written. I will say though that Galloway was pissing me off sometimes because she kept fucking up the case. But it was just super, super unique, a super dope story. There was never like a point where it was obvious they were gonna win. And the way that they structured the questioning, leading up to like to Colonel incriminating himself and you know laying out the lines of, well, you're saying so it's a direct order. Oh, we don't disobey orders. Okay, cool. So you guys don't disobey orders, and like climbing up the ranks till you get to the top and getting him to even admit, like, yeah, I gave the order, playing into his narcissism, playing into that like power hungry self. Thought it was beautifully done, super well done. It was, I think the runtime too on this was actually very perfect. It didn't really feel like 2.5 hours, to be honest. I thought the court sequencing was one of the best we've seen, even though, again, like obviously this was centralized around a court case, but to me, it stood up with things like Philadelphia, where we're watching like a whole court case unravel. I thought that it was super, super well done. And I really didn't expect it to be. When you see the cover, you see like Tom Cruise's character in his whites and everything. So I wasn't expecting it to be about the death of a Marine and then like a lawyer basically going up against the United States military and trying to protect these guys, get these out of life sentence. And it even gave us like a bittersweet ending, which is unique too, in that, yes, they got acquitted on the murder. Yes, they got acquitted on the conspiracy. However, they still face the repercussions of you did do it, you know? And that's the reality of life is like you did do it. And even though it's hard to say you shouldn't follow that order or, you know, because you're so used to following orders, it kind of still shows like you need to have that line, that moral boundary and understand when something's going too far. So it's very, very interesting. Super, super well done. I had an absolute blast with it. Cam, what about you?
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed this movie a lot too, and I agree with a lot of your sentiments. I gotta say though that like just like you mentioned, the writing was incredible. It gave me a lot of you know, as something I really like about courtroom dramas or even, you know, like just things that have a really good writing that like allow you to kind of come up with these um like epiphanies, I guess you could say, or
Yeah.
observations that we see happening is like, for example, we had it in 12 Angry Men as well. It's just so fun to kind of have it laid out to you where it's like, oh, well, you're saying this, but what about this? And then you and I to just be like, oh yeah, like for us
Yeah.
to come to that realization, because it's almost like we are the jury in and of itself because the case is kind of being made to us. Now we know a lot more, but when the writing is written in such a way that sometimes you can follow the events and see where they're going, but other times you don't even you can't necessarily see where they're going, and then it's presented to you and you're like, "Oh, yeah." Like, then you look back at the writing, you're like, "Wow, like, that was done
Mhm.
really, really well." So I thought the writing in this was executed amazingly. The acting in this was done really, really, really well. In terms of, like, I mean, Tom Cruise gave another brilliant performance here with this and Magnolia. You know, I got to give him props because I've been seeing some acting chops of his that I had never seen before. Like, I've always known
Yeah.
Tom Cruise to be an elite actor, but I've always considered Tom Cruise to be more of a, you know, just this action kind of guy that, appears in a lot of Tom Cruise movies types of situation. Well, obviously, um,
No, I
but
agree. Yeah, like Mission Impossible
not
things.
much
I'm like,
range, I guess I should say.
yeah, it's just what we would typically see him in. I know. Yeah, I get what you mean.
But now after seeing Magnolia and this, I'm able to see a lot more of why people appreciate Tom Cruise. So big props to that. Jack Nicholson delivered an unbelievable performance, top
Beautiful.
tier. Jack Nicholson is just an absolutely incredible actor, and he brought his all here. And that was really appreciated. Kevin Bacon did a pretty good job here. It's not the roles that you typically see him in, and he did do a good job at that role, but he wasn't given much to do.
Yeah, it didn't seem like he had much range really to
Right.
be given.
Yeah. Yeah. But I still really enjoyed everything. Even Demi Moore did a great job. But like you said, yes, well, her character was kind of frustrating at times because like but she kept the optimism up, and she was a key figure in having this play out the way it did. So I definitely appreciate that. The storyline, the structure of everything was so well done. They introduced this mystery, but also gave us some information to kind of go along for the ride and kind of unravel itself. I do think though, they got to a point where it's like, okay, we are under the impression to the most part that like, okay, yeah, this is what happened, and now it's a question of how are they going to convince the jury. I do wish there was more of an element of like more doubt in our heads to where it's like,
Yeah.
"Did he give that order?" And then, like, to hear him finally say it, it would have been a different kind of satisfaction. I had satisfaction hearing him say it because you and I knew, that was what happened, and it was just a matter of pushing that, that ego and over the edge there. So, there was satisfaction in that, and it was great, but it would have been an interesting form of satisfaction to kind of, like, hear, like, to us, like, to not know, like, to have that doubt,
Yeah.
and then to hear him be like, "Yeah, I did it," and then we're like,
We
"What?" Like
we definitely got spoiled with 12 Angry Men. Like with
Yeah.
that in that aspect.
Yeah, because it got to a point where we're like, "Okay, yeah, he definitely did it." Now it's like, how do we how do how does it get
Yeah.
convinced? But everyone, even Kiefer Sutherland did a really good job at playing that just that, like, "Oh, I hate I hate this guy's attitude." So, they did a really good job at making you really feel like what was happening, and it wasn't like a performance or anything like like I wasn't watching it like, "Oh, that's Tom Cruise, that's Jack Nicholson." I was watching it as like,
Right.
"Oh, that's the Colonel," and everything. So,
Yeah.
just brilliant, brilliant job. The pacing was amazing. This did not feel like a, 2 hour and 15-minute movie at all. It felt much shorter, but I really appreciated the amount of time that was put into this, and, I just thought it was really well executed. But
All
with
right.
that being said, are you ready to get into the rating?
Let's do it.
Okay, just so you guys know, we go from 0 to 10, and we never give out zeros, and we never give out 10s. Why? Well, because by giving out a 0, you're saying nothing could ever be worse than this movie. By giving out a 10, you're saying nothing could ever be better than this movie. Both of those things are impossible to say, and that is our subjective opinion. 5 is average, 6 is good, 7 is great, 8 is beyond that, 9 is top tier cinema. Zay, where do you put A Few Good Men?
I'm gonna sit it right at a 9. I will say one character I'm in between on is Lieutenant Weinberg, the other dude that was working with Galloway and Tom's character. It just only because he was there the whole time, but like he never felt like he was there. Like he had lines, like he was comedic relief for a few different things,
Yeah.
but it just felt like he never really got to contribute to the case. It really didn't feel like Galloway even really didn't. She more like hindered the case a lot of the times, and it was a lot of like watching, Tom's character kind of go through and be the one to like map out what was going on. Not saying that Weinberg wasn't utilized well or wasn't necessary. Not saying Galloway wasn't necessary, but it really was us watching uh Caffey, Coffee, how you pronounced it.
Yeah, Kathy, I think.
Caffey, watching, Caffey go through the case and like through, there's probably like this a little bit internal struggle. I do wish they touched more on his dad and like, because obviously his dad was well renowned. It would have been interesting for him to like maybe them dive a little bit more into like his dad and like see like the struggles maybe that Caffey has had with maybe thinking like he's living in his dad's shadow or whatever the case is. Something they could have developed on. That would be like nitpicks here and there. However, what they excelled everywhere else. They excelled again with the writing. The storyline itself was encapsulating. It was interesting. It was super dope. From the very beginning, you get thrown into it with the death of the private, and so just right there, we're already thrown into wildness and getting to see Caffey be this cocky, kind of cocky but lazy. He's smart, but he's lazy. He's just going to do the bare minimum to being like, you know what? I'm going to fight for these guys because they don't deserve to go away. And seeing him get to take down the colonel was very, very interesting. It was very dope, super well done. Again, runtime I think was perfect with this. If they did add any runtime, those would be some of the things I would have wanted to see them dive in more. But I'm comfortable seeing this at a 9. The courtroom sequences obviously took the cake for the film, and yeah, it was just a very, very fun film.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to agree with you there. I'm gonna put it at a 9 as well. I mean, it was just the classic example of a top tier cinematic experience. Of course, there are things that could be different, like I mentioned before. But they did a good job at, really kind of like you said with the courtroom scenes, just building that suspense and that tension and that feeling of like like you're sitting on the edge of your seat. It's just they really did bring the drama really well in the courtroom scenes. um every single time I loved the entire movie, don't get me wrong, but the courtroom scenes in particular, it was just another level of immersion. Like it's just like,
Yeah.
like what's gonna happen, what's being said. Like you're just so into it. Really felt like the stakes were high. They got us invested in the and even Santiago, the victim that died, by saying, like he just wanted to transfer, he wanted to transfer. It gives us that little bit of sympathy there. With also gives us we got some sympathy for the two officers that were, being charged for the murder, and how we were like, oh, maybe at first we were thinking like they did it, and then we're,
Yeah.
kind of slowly getting turned into, oh wait, they were receiving an order. So that was really well done. I do think that, I thought the Markinson side of everything was a little it was a little like, all right, we need to have something that's gonna like help their case out, and it's like, let's put this guy in there that's just like,
Yeah.
not cool with it, and it just felt a little cliche, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
But I still appreciated it nonetheless. I just wish there was a more clever way that they came to that conclusion or something. But it was still cool to see him. It's just he was like this noir guy who appeared in the back of a taxi, type of
Eh,
situation.
And then he didn't
So
really do too much too because they were basically he's like the logbook. He's like, you won't find anything in the law books. They got modified. It's like, oh,
yeah,
okay. And then he killed himself. So it's like,
yeah,
all
so he
right, well
couldn't
then
be a
you didn't
witness.
you didn't do anything for us.
Yeah, and I also didn't, again, I wish there was a little bit more mystery shrouded around the whole thing.
Mhm.
But that wasn't the story they were trying to tell. They were trying to just have us be, they wanted it very clear to us who was the bad guy and the good guy at some point into the movie,
Yeah.
which allowed the payoff to be a different level of satisfaction. But great payoff, great setup. Just a great overall experience. I do agree that that the additional lawyer, his buddy there, was definitely supposed to be the comedic relief throughout the story, because there was a
Mhm.
lot of tension and a lot of dark situations happening, and a lot of talk about honor and respect and duty. And I do appreciate the dad aspect being a part of it, because it does apply a motivation for the main character. But like you said, we know he's motivated because of this, but we can't feel that motivation as much by not being able to dive deeper into that aspect.
Right.
So it would be interesting to see this movie as a director's cut or something, where they had more footage or
yeah.
something where we could have seen like maybe they did something like that, or maybe what to see what the director was intending at the beginning and everything. But yeah, Galloway I think is my biggest gripe in terms of like she won her case, she had the passion, all that was great, but it just felt like uh, first of all, the romance kind of felt like it was, put on the back shelf. And
Yeah.
also, I just was like I wanted more payoff for her character, like, when she said, "Oh, I got it on the books, though." It's like, "Okay, but
Mhm.
that never came back." Like, that why
Right.
like, I just wanted to see more payoff for her character because, like you said, this was Kathy's story type of situation, so
Yeah.
but overall, it was a really great experience. Super glad I watched it. Glad that we now know about like the whole context behind the "you can't
Can't
handle the
handle the
truth"
truth.
type of situation. And that was a brilliant speech as well. Don't get me wrong. Even though it was coming from a misguided perspective, the idea of like the weight and responsibility of someone in that position that they have, and it does take a level of boldness to be in that
Mhm.
position. So I think they did really highlight a lot of interesting aspects about being in the military and having different positions, the hierarchy of everything. And I do like the idea that, it wasn't just a complete happy ending, which you mentioned about the bittersweetness. How it's like, yeah, they're going to be absolved of this, crime of murder, but they did still, commit a crime of, like I don't know,
It
not
was
disorderly conduct, but
is
following
conduct
order
conduct
yeah.
of unbecoming of a Marine, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, accountability was still given. They weren't
There,
got off
yeah.
scot-free, which was great to see as well. Just in the aspect of it kept more realism to the idea of everything that happened. But yeah,
Yep.
thought it was great. With that being said, listen, everyone, thank you all for being here. Thank you for the support. Zay, I know you have a Twitch.
Yes, guys, my Twitch will be linked down in the description below. Feel free to stop in, tune in, say hi, and say what's up. Play a bunch of different games with Cameron, some of my other friends as well, and some solo games. So make sure you drop on in and say what's up. Already have a few people over there from the YouTube, so it's always good to see y'all. It's another way to interact with us, whether it's me and Cam or just myself, outside of our YouTube live streams and outside the YouTube content.
Yeah, sustained. Check it out, everyone. It's a great time. With that being said, if you're driving on your way home and somebody just pops up in the back of your car, maybe it's not the best idea to hear them out,
Hear me
or
out.
maybe it is. We'll see you guys on the next one, and peace.
Peace.